Hey guys, Solar here, and today I want to go back over the Dracolyte once again. This guide's going to try to be a little bit more hands-on and easier to understand. The other one was all about textbook and trying to read it right off to you, and just even myself, it was hard for me to understand, so I feel like I can just do so much better just showing you how I play. And it might not be the most best way or pro way you can find, but I play well and I can solo ultra and stuff, so I felt like I should show you guys as well how I play. So based on stats, right off the bat, it's going to be magic damage, crit hit to 80%, and I will go over the gear, and there's a reason for it. The soft cap is 80%, remember that. Then the hard cap is going to be 100%. Anything on 100% is a wasted stat. As you can see, I'm over, so I have 18% of crit that's wasted. Just go with me on that. Crit damage, I don't think there's even a cap for this. Honestly, it's impossible to go at a certain point, but you can just keep trying to get whatever you can. Energy regen is going to be, where's it? Here we go. This is an amazing stat. It's overlooked by the other Draco players a lot. This makes you put more bombs out faster. More bombs, more damage, more low minions, more damage. It just, your class is based on energy regen. People just overlook it. Okay, so we'll go into the gear. And here's where I'm talking about the whole 80%. If you are under, I would say 80%, but if you're like 85, I would probably still use it. Until you hit about 90 is when I'd back off. You're gonna wanna use Sure Strike. Once you hit that like 85 to 90% crit hit, then you wanna swap off and use Evil Eye. This does a lot of damage. It really does, but it doesn't do good damage until it crits almost every time. So that's the only time you'd ever want to use it. Until then, you want to use this, you can always crit, which will bring up your overall DPS. For the gear, I mean, try to get crit damage on anything you possibly can. Magic Find, just an extra stat. Crit hit, if you're not crit hit capped, see, like I could take a crit hit off, but there's nothing I could put on the weapon that helps the Dracolyte. Because we're already attack speed capped, there's no point. It's just magic damage, I mean movement speed, because I don't want the max health or anything. This ring is not wrong, but if I wanted more damage, I would go energy regen. Only reason I don't use the energy regen ring is because I don't actually have one. If I could find one, I would buy it in a heartbeat. So on the ally, if you're leveling and you feel like you're struggling, like you feel like you're in like U6 and you can't stay alive, use the Prowling Shadow. This bad boy heals you every time you do damage. It's an amazing, amazing ally when you're leveling. You don't get the damage boost like you would from Chrono, but the Prowling Shadow would really help you. Especially when you just hit like your 10, 11k and you're in U9, you're trying to solo, run Prowling Shadow. It's gonna help you out a lot. Right into the emblems, Arcane's best in slot regardless. Deathifying. Even if you're a tank Draco, I just see the Deathifying being the best in slot regardless, because you shouldn't be tank Draco anyways. And we already went over the emblems, so we'll go ahead and swap back real quick. That should be it for gear. Okay, so let's go over how to play the Draco. I'll just do one dungeon for you, and I'll show you what I mean by like an opening burst. See, now normally on this, let me kill this guy real quick. Okay, so normally, if you're just speed dungeoning, you just pop 1, 2, maybe 3 if you got enough energy regen. And instead of pushing E, you hit your bombs, because it's automatically gonna set it off before the bomb goes off. And you basically just wanna do that again. And just keep doing it. Don't try to put your bombs on them or anything. Just put them right in front of you, and everything's just gonna die. It's all AoE, guys. You don't have to try to lay your bombs on top of the enemy. Like, it's got a big range. Okay. So let's go over, say you're doing Shadow Towers. Now there's different ways of doing this. If you have a Chloromancer that has, I think it's the heal ability or something like that, there's something that does it where you can basically get all your minions out and it keeps them alive. Okay, so let's get this guy out of here real quick. Okay, so say if you're doing Shadow Towers and you have a little more chance, because normally you won't do this doing dungeons because it takes too long. You want to get these dungeons as quick as possible. So to get all your bombs out, and you're gonna get at least that many, so you get 5 out, then you set them off. And it's a huge burst of damage. And the little minions from the Clash Gem, it's a 25% chance. It says 25%, it does not feel like 25%, so you kind of have to go with it. Some of your burst damage might be insane because you might use 5 bombs and you might get 5 minions. Or you might use 5 bombs and get no minions, and do bombs again and get no minions, and it feels like... So the Draco is not... I don't know how you want to say it, if it's like, it's not the fastest class in the game, and it's nowhere near the fastest class for like soloing stuff, but it does do quite a bit of damage. There's not much to it, and your ultimate... Get my bombs out here real quick. You'd ultimate, push E, and I mean, you're just gonna melt stuff. Your ultimate is a damage boost and a damage reduction, so it kind of makes you more tanky, but it doesn't really make a difference. So that's gonna be it for that, but you have a right click ability. The way it's set up right now, I believe it's 6 hits. So if you hit 6 times, or your minion hits it, I believe 6 once time, and it kind of adds up. Once you hit 6 times, you can hit your right click ability, and only way you can tell if it's actually charged is if your little, get off this real quick, your little thing above you will have a glowing effect. So I'll show you that real quick. So personally, it's like I don't know if it's actually, the thing's dead here. So it's really hard to see it. Is there anything that can actually kill a shot? Yeah. Alright, here we go. It should have a glowing effect. I know in every costume it's different. Like mine should have like a blue glow around it. I think it's actually charged already. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it's already charged. Yeah, it's definitely charged. See, then if you right click, it's gonna go. And it seems strong. It's really not. It really isn't, because you don't get to use it. So the way I personally do it is that every like 7 or 8 seconds, I'll just hit my right click. No matter if I can use it or not, just so I can just keep the rotation going, because you never know, because you're not paying attention. You're trying to watch everything else around you. You're not watching your little robot thing above you, or everyone. I don't know what you even want to call it, but that's gonna be it on that. So I just kind of recap what's going on. You're going crit damage, crit hit, magic damage, and regen. That's your stats regardless. That's the stats you're gonna shoot for past 10k. If you're under 10k, don't worry about your stats, guys. Stack good gems, the best highest PR gems you can put on you, and just move on. It's that simple. We'll go ahead. Here, let's go into Ultra. We'll go to Club. We're going to a Shadow Tower, and I'll show you how like solo Ultra, like the first 2. And like I said before, you're gonna want to use Prowling because you want the extra damage. So what you do is you're gonna go in, gonna go to Ultra, go to Spike Walker. And I'm sorry if this video is a little bit longer, guys. I'm not trying to make it be. I'm just trying to show you how I play. Not necessarily a guide, but more of just how I play my Draco. Now this is, you kind of consider this is gonna be different if you're only like 2k PR and you're trying to do something that like a 21k PR, whatever it's doing. So you kind of have to just play it and see what your gear's like and kind of adjust on how you play. Because you'll see here, when I'm doing Ultra, I can't stand and just tank everything. Sometimes there's a certain point where I need to get minions out so they can tank for me and take some damage. But I'll show you that. Let's get my Prowling on. Oops, wrong thing. Maybe, better let me do it. Maybe. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So now I got Prowling on. I'll probably just fast forward this. Well, I could actually show you guys. I was gonna fast forward and just show you at the boss, but I guess I could show you like pre to the boss. I'm not sure if we're gonna record all the way to the boss because it takes me a little bit being solo, but This is how I opening with on Ultra. Just like I showed you in the dungeon, but you want to take time to prep. You don't want to do like a speed dungeon where you drop 3 bombs and move on. You want to use your ult and everything. But your stuff's still dying. Even with Prowl and Shadow, I'm still killing stuff. It just will take a little bit longer. I don't have that damage boost. And with having Chrono, you get more ultimates because it shortens your cooldown, which is great, but this healing is just hard to beat. And you basically just want to keep spamming your bombs. And having Deathifying on you with the health. I mean, it's not a hard class to play, guys. It's hard to understand that sometimes you do crazy damage and sometimes you don't. So that's the main thing about Dracolyte. We'll do one more, guys, and we're gonna call it there on this, but I'm hoping this guide really helps. I mean, I know it's not really informational, but I wanted to show you this hands-on how I play my Draco. As you can see, you want your minions to, like, if he's on you, if you just stop attacking him, let your minions grab him, they're gonna take aggro, and you just pop on again. And see, when he's hitting them, you're recharging your health with Prowling Shadow, and as you can see, and if you run away, you can see, your minions still got him. See, as your health regening, you go up and get a couple hits, and there goes your health again. Right back up. I'm not tank build. I'm a full DPS build. I mean, I had a little bit of extra health that I don't want. I'm trying to get rid of, but I mean, as you can look, I haven't used any flask. This is Ultra mode, guys. Ultra Spike Walker. It just shows you if you build your class right, you can do this. So I hope this helped, guys. I know it's not the best. I'm trying to make it like how I play and how I'd explain it to somebody that's like not like a straight guide. Like if I was talking to somebody like this is how I do it, this is how I would say it. So I'm hoping it helps. And if it did, make sure you guys please leave a like, subscribe, and if you want to see some other guides like a Pirate Captain or Neon Ninja, anything, guys, I'm willing to try it and hopefully put it out to you. Have a good one, guys.